Our friend Piers Morgan sat down with Nick Fuentes and did the interview that everybody wanted Tucker to do with Nick Fuentes. And I'm sure this is going to make everyone super happy and put to bed the controversy of Nick Fuentes and his appeal. Oh, wait. No, it won't at all. But here's a little taste of how it went. Take a listen here to SOT 12.
Just to clear up one of the many theories about you, I've no idea what the answer is and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid.
Okay. It's interesting, you know, Piers did his thing, but honestly, I don't understand the value that comes out of any of it. I got to be honest. I love Piers, but like, I don't get it. I don't think this is worth doing. I just think if you don't like Nick Fuentes, you should ignore Nick Fuentes. I don't think people hearing, and here's another soundbite. This is him on Hitler. It's not going to surprise anybody. Here he is.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not.
Well,
to be honest,
this is the problem, you see. It's a bit like when you just say, I'm a racist. You're a racist who thinks Hitler's cool, but you're not anti-Semitic. If you're a Jewish person watching this, what are they thinking?
Just one more, Stu. Here he is. One of the things that was airable, if you go to his show, the stuff's not airable, his thoughts on blacks.
This is where you talk about Jews, women, and blacks. Let's just take a listen.
They're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. And we would live in paradise. It's that simple.
Okay. Would you like to clarify what you meant there?
That's all true. That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So I don't what are your thoughts? Because I love Piers and he does a lot of controversial interviews and it's kind of part of his brand. But for me personally, I see absolutely no redeeming value in doing this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, can we go back to the bronies? Can we talk about that instead? Is that possible?
That was the cleaner, right? Nicer portion of our time today.
Yeah. Look, I obviously his views are awful, and I think it's quite obvious to everyone who's awful that it's awful. Piers can program his own show, just like Tucker can program his own show, and you can program your own show, and I can program mine. Some people think this is interesting. I think there's a lot of views on this where it's like, oh God, his views are abhorrent. I fully agree with that. People question about whether his views are somewhat, I don't know, manufactured. Is it partially a shtick? I don't know. I don't know the guy, and I don't want to know the guy. At the end of the day, though, there's a different section that I also fall into, which is I just don't find him all that interesting. I don't get a lot out of it. I don't need or really care about any of his views. And when you're leading with Hitler was cool and I like Stalin, I kind of made up my mind about the Holocaust a really long time ago. I don't feel the need to re-entertain it.
You're just trying to be subversive.
Yeah.
You're just trying to be subversive and attract attention by saying the most outrageous things. Yeah, it's not a criticism of Piers.
No.
It's a criticism of the people who are like, Tucker needed to do his interview with Nick Fuentes a certain way, to show people that side of him. And I just feel like if you spent 20 seconds just Googling the name. You will get all of those views. They will be the first thing that's there on you. I don't think there's a huge population of people who listen to Tucker's show who walked away with, that's a really interesting guy. I want to know more. People know that name. They know the name Nick Fuentes now because mostly the left, but also the right, have made him a boogeyman. And that whatever, they did that for whatever their reasons were, but now he's better known than ever. And he's been on a bunch of other podcasts. This is why, like, I've never asked him for an interview, and I have no desire to interview him. I can cross-examine with the best of them.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. If I want to do a contentious interview, I know how. This just seems pointless to me. Like, to me, it's like you want to cross-examine reasonable people who are taking an outrageous position on something, you know, like someone who's like gettable, someone who you might actually find fundamentally decent, but who's just gone like off the deep end on something. That's somebody I would talk to. But I don't really want to talk to crazy, and I don't really want to talk to, I'm just subversive looking for attention. It's not that interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, you interviewed Vladimir Putin, right? Like, this is a person that has really awful views, and I think
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, oh God, even worse. But yeah, there is value in interviewing someone who, particularly someone who has power, and I'm not saying that there's no case for an investigation on what the phenomenon is, if there is one. I mean, there's some belief that it's a little bit overstated, which I tend to agree with. I run in conservative circles, never met anybody in my entire life who brought up anything about Nick Fuentes, that they watched the show. Right. I mean, they probably exist. I don't know, but I've never met anyone.
He's become like a David Duke figure. Yeah. Where like, the name, generally what he stands for. It's not really something you're going to spend any time with.
Yeah, and I don't know, Megyn, is it okay? Because I see a lot of people posting online about the back and forth between what you're supposed to do in these moments, right? Like, you're supposed to take him on at full strength and make sure everything he says is denounced, and everyone who talks to him, you denounce them. And I can understand that argument. I really do think his views are absolutely terrible. And I see another side of people who are fighting back and saying, no, it's a really important phenomenon. We need to talk about him constantly. And I guess there's some validity to that view as well. At the end of the day, though, do I have to be interested in everything? I have a life I live, right? I've got kids at basketball games and baseball games and gymnastics meets. Like, do I really have to come here and try to make a case of that the Holocaust happened? What year is this? Like, it's just flatly uninteresting to me at the scale we're at. It seems like you feel the same way with it. I heard about it. I'm done with it.
That's how I am about conspiracy theories too. Yeah. Like, I could spend all day. If you want to take on somebody's favorite conspiracy theories, you could devote your whole show to it every day, debunking each latest iteration of it. Who wants to spend their time like that? It's utterly pointless, by the way, because you can't talk people who believe conspiracy theories out of their beliefs of those conspiracy theories. They don't respond. The truly conspiratorial thinkers do not respond to hard facts that disprove their theories at all. They just find a way around them. They find a new way to justify them. I mean, you truly would be better just banging your head against your desk. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why not? Why do it? Why not spend the time delivering what you know is real news that actually might affect people's lives, and let those chips on these other things fall where they may? Ever read the label on a typical bag of chips? It's often a science experiment of seed oils, MSG, artificial dyes, and mystery ingredients. Masa is part of the growing movement to bring back real food. Masa chips contain just 3 ingredients: organic corn, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. Not only do these chips avoid the bad stuff, they also taste delicious too. Snacking on Masa chips is nothing like eating regular chips. With Masa, you feel satisfied, light, and energetic with no crash and no bloat. And if you love Masa, then you will love Vandy Crisps. Vandy, which is Masa's sister company, makes the most delicious 3-ingredient potato chips too. Ready to give Masa or Vandy a try? Use code MK for 25% off your first order at masachips.com or vandycrisps.com, or simply click the link in the video description or scan the QR code to claim this delicious offer. Don't feel like ordering online?
Masa and Vandy are now available nationwide at your local Sprouts supermarket. Stop by and pick a couple of bags up before they're all gone.
Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.